being with governors is a little bit like a homecoming for me, because while I stand here today or sit here today as President-elect, I will never forget the fact that I got started in state government. And it is in state and local governments that the most meaningful changes take place, and some of the most difficult decisions have to be made. And nobody, I think, is more in tune and in touch and mindful with what is going on across the country than the nation's governors. So I'm going to spend most of my time here today listening and not making a long speech. I do want to give you a little bit of context for how we are thinking about the issues at this point. I recognize that every single one of you is struggling to come up with a budget at a time when you're facing great and growing needs. More and more people are turning to you for help, for health care, for affordable housing, to prevent foreclosures, even as the credit markets are tightening and tax revenues are making it more difficult to provide that help. 41 of the states that are represented here are likely to face budget shortfalls this year or next, forcing you to choose between reining in spending and raising taxes. Jobs are being cut, programs for the needy are at risk, libraries are being closed, and historic sites are being closed. Right here in Philadelphia, as Ed has already remarked, we've got over 200 workers being laid off. Hundreds of positions are being left unfilled or being eliminated. Meanwhile, virtually all of you are facing the additional challenge of state constitutions that require you to balance your budgets. So you're placed in an extraordinarily painful choice of violating your constitutional responsibilities or upholding those responsibilities at the expense of helping families. So to solve this crisis and to ease the burden on our states, we're going to need action, and we're going to need action swiftly. That means passing an economic recovery plan that helps both Wall Street and Main Street, and this administration does not intend to delay in getting you the help that we need. We intend to help save or create 2.5 million jobs. We intend to put tax cuts into the pockets of hard-pressed middle-class families in your states, and we intend, as has already been discussed, to start making a down payment on the critical investments that are going to be necessary to sustain long-term economic growth as well as pull us out of the current slump. But the reason this meeting was so important to Joe and myself is because we recognize that change is not going to come from Washington alone. It's going to come from all of you. It will come from a White House and state houses all across the country that are working together, and that's the kind of partnership that I intend to forge as President of the United States.